Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are, whenever you're watching this. This is Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be an overview of the new in-bits from Catrice for the fall-winter season of 2022. Welcome to everybody watching. Thank you so very much for joining me today. And yes, it's that time of the year where Catrice has launched all of their new products. And today we are doing a video all about it. So I was able to pick these up myself. These weren't sent to me by the brand or anything. And as we're doing this video, I'm going to do a full face supplementing some of the Catrice products I already have. So that at the end of this video, we're going to have a full face makeup look from Catrice. And we've got a lot. But there's a lot of overlaps in certain categories, so I will not be able to do everything in this one video. So there are going to be a couple of follow-up videos in the next couple of months to come. And of course, I also always review these products over on my blog in the meantime. So that in a couple of months' time, when I've also tried the new Essence things, which should come at the end of this month, that I can update you and on all of my thoughts on these products after I've tried them for a while. So this is just the first impression. And like I said, we've got a lot, so let's get stuck in. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Maaike. I live in the Netherlands. I like to come on here to chat about eyeshadow palettes, doing Essence and Catrice reviews like the one you're watching today, and getting the use out of my makeup. And because I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, I do myself a snow angel. And if you would like to join the Snow Angel Club, all you have to do is click subscribe down below. So yeah, a lot of new products here. There's a lot of lip products, three new lines, well, 2 new lines and 1 line that has been extended. We've got new eyeshadow palettes as well, but there isn't a lot going on in terms of base or cheek products. So that's where the gap sort of is. But there is a new primer and a new liquid highlighter, which they've also called a primer, but I already swatched this on the back of my hand and it looked a little bit yellow. Like, that's the only thing I've done so far with these, is that I've swatched them and that's about it. So I have a bit of an idea of what these might do, but not a full lowdown. So what I thought we could do in the video, just so I can try and show as many products as possible, is to use this as my face primer today, and then to use this as a liquid highlighter underneath my foundation, because I think this is really giving me that, you know, Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, e.l.f. Halo Glow, whatever, like these highlighters that work really well under foundation. That's the kind of vibe this is giving me off. So that's why I thought we could use it like that, so that we have as much going on in this video today. So for the primer, I'm using the Clean ID Hyper Hydro Serum Primer. Now, if you saw my previous video for the springtime, you know there is a Hyper Hydro foundation, which I did not like. It looked very patchy on my dry skin, so that wasn't a success. This feels very nice and hydrating. What does it say? The claims here are that it's vegan and it doesn't have any sort of like funny ingredients, you could say, but it doesn't have any claims on the front of it like containing anything special, you could say. But yeah, this feels really nice on the skin. It's a little bit of a gel texture, but it feels really nicely going on. It's really one of those primers that has you wonder, like, is this skincare or is this makeup? Because this is definitely sort of bridging that gap. It does say here on the back that it does have hyaluronic acid, but I feel that this does leave a little bit of tackiness now that it's drying down. So for me, this would be much more of a primer for makeup rather than something I want to introduce in a skincare routine. And then just on the high points of my face, I'm going to be going in with the Glowifier Illuminating Primer. And I have to show you this in a swatch first, because this thing is orange. So it has one of those droppers. So I'm just going to show you one drop here on the back of my hand. And you can just see that this is far too dark for me. I think the lights are sort of washing it out a little bit. It only comes in 1 shade, so if this is not your shade, it does sheer out quite nicely if you don't use too much, I think. Just put it where I would normally put a liquid highlight, but then use, you know, foundation afterwards, just because, you know, it is a little bit orange. Do we see a difference? I think there's a little bit more glow. I've got a little bit more light coming in from this side because it's quite a bright sunny day today. Oh yeah, it's definitely adding a little bit of glow. I definitely need to try this out a little bit more and then also apply it all over my face. See how I feel about it when I wear it like that. But this is looks pretty promising. And then for base, there is no new product. So I'm just going to go in with their old True Skin foundation. I have this in Cool Cashmere, which is shade 010. And this foundation I didn't like at first, but then I found the shade wasn't right. And then when I did find my shade, it worked a lot better for me. So let me go in with the foundation. We do have some new concealer-like products, so that's really exciting. We have an under eye brightener, and we have a new concealer. This is the Cover and Care Sensitive Concealer that is fragrance-free. There seems to be an okay shade range in this. This only comes in one shade, and it's more of a color corrector. It kind of reminds me of the Becca. It's like a peachy pink, and when I swatched this on the back of my hand, I felt it very nicely sort of disappeared, which I always feel like a corrector should do. So I want to use that on my under eyes and then go in with this Cover and Care concealer. This one is in 002N, which is on the deeper side for me. There is one shade down, but that looked very bright, and I'm not really about that bright concealer life at the moment, so that's why I thought I could use this. So let me use this under eye corrector brightener first, because I do have some dark circles. Let's see how this works. Oh, I definitely can tell a difference. My dark circles are just not as blue anymore now that I've used this, and it's not too dark for me. Very often if they're too peachy and too dark, it can still not really do what I want it to do, but I think this is an effective one. So I don't have that many like correctors in my makeup collection, so it's nice to have an affordable one. Because the ones I have are a Charlotte Tilbury one, which is of course very expensive. And it's not even my favorite because it's quite thick and matte. Whereas this feels quite pleasant. It's quite hydrating, I feel. It's got a very nice rich and creamy texture. Now, of course, I don't know anything about whether this is going to crease. This is the first time I'm putting it on. But I feel that this is already doing quite a bit. I do want to go in with a bit more concealer because I do still have some discoloration there. So I'm going to just dot a little bit here. And then on the forehead, my nose, my chin. Ooh, a bit much on the chin. Ooh, this feels pleasant. And indeed, this doesn't have a fragrance to it. This is my favorite concealer brush because now that I'm really into brushes, I've gone back to using this again for concealer. Okay, so this concealer, I'm not sure whether I'm going to like it all that much, but it's of course the first time I'm using it. When I tried to use it on like larger areas, it didn't seem to blend in very well. So I now really feel I need to go back in with my foundation brush just to even it out a little bit around here. I mean, on the other eye, it went on really nicely. I, of course, didn't apply too much because I already had that corrector on. So I felt I didn't need as much concealer. And, you know, because there was already a layer of product there. But yeah, I do really like the way my under eye now looks. It's definitely one where, again, I need to try it again also with just the concealer by itself to see how it conceals then. But I feel it made light work of my redness and everything else. And then we get to brows. And for brows, there was one new product, which is the Brow Wax Shaping Gel. And I already stuck my finger in here, and I thought this was going to be something like one of those brow soap kind of things, but they already have brow soap, so I didn't really get the launch. But this is very sort of creamy when you stick your finger in. It feels like a gel. So I'm just going to be using a spoolie and put some on the spoolie and then in my brows. But I do want to fill in my brows a little bit. And my brows are a hot mess at the moment. I haven't had them touched up in a while. And then I thought I had booked an appointment for last Monday. And then I was there and they're like, you're not in our system. So I had to reschedule again. But over here, I'm going to go in with another Catrice product to fill it in. This is the brow powder set in shade 010 Ash Blonde. So this is one of those OG products from Catrice that they just keep doing. So now we're going to go in with the new brow wax. This only comes in one shade. It is transparent. So I'm just tapping my brush in there And I'm pretty sure this is one of those products that you're supposed to use for, like, you know, laminated brows. And the spoolie I'm using is from a limited edition collection from Essence this summer. And it's actually a really good one. It's got a little bit of a bend to it. And it's actually a really nice spoolie. Oh yeah, this is definitely one of those products that fits that laminated brow trend because it really makes your hair stick up. I don't really mind that look. I actually like it, especially when my brow hairs are a little longer, to make them look a little fluttery. That's fine. But this is definitely one of those products you can really create with if you like to really push them up. I'm not about that extreme of a brow look. I mean, I just want something to be there to hold them in place. So we'll see if this dries down, if it makes them crispy or not. But so far, I think that's a pretty nice product from Catrice. If you're looking for that trend, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, then I think Catrice is always pretty on point when it comes to like brow trends and things like that. Then there aren't a whole lot of cheek products, but what they did do is that they updated their entire range of blushes. So they've discontinued all of their blushes, it seems, and now we get the Air blushes. This is the Air Blush Glow, and it's got a number of shades in there, but they also have solid ones. The solid ones just looked too standard. I mean, it was a rose and a peach and a plum. In the Air Glow, you get this like design. That one also came in like a corally shade and a rosy shade. This is 020 Cloud Wine, and this seemed to be the mauvey nude option there, and you'll know how much I like my mauvey nude options. So that's why I thought I could pick that up and try it. It does have a bit of a scent, and just to complete the rest of the look, I'm going to go in with the Holiday Skin Luminous Bronzer in Off to the Island, which is my summer shade in this bronzer. It's one of my favorite bronzers. And the Catrice More Than Glow Highlighter in Ultimate Platinum Gaze, just to make sure we have a full Catrice cheek look. So let's get stuck in. So that's what the blush looks like on. I thought at first it wasn't going to do a whole lot, but then when I build it up, it does look a little bit more intense and a little bit more blushy, which I like. I am wearing a little bit more blush right now than I would normally wear because these lights just wash me out and else you can't really see it on camera. So I quickly double prime my lids with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, and I set that with the MAC eyeshadow in Vanilla, so that I can have a perfect base for starting this eye look. Now in terms of eyes, there's a lot of new stuff here and I won't be able to use it all in this video. So I'm going to do a look with one of these things and then the other things will just pop up in other videos. So the thing I'm going to use today is a new 5-in-a-box palette. So this is the 7th one in this collection. This is 070 Elegant Cocky Look. It's not that cocky. I already swatched this right before sitting down to film it. The only shade that has a bit of green to it is this, but on my fair skin, it looked more brown than it did green. So I don't feel it's very cocky. Maybe once I start applying it, it could, but if you were hoping that this was like one of those Natasha Denona mini retro kind of dupes, I think they were inspired by it for sure. But it's not going to give you that sagey green vibe that has. They came out with some new eyeshadow sticks, and when I saw that they did it in a shade called Lavender Brown, I just knew I had to try that. So this is a really nice taupey, minky brown shade. That's what it looks like if I swatch it. Then another continuation from an existing line is the Pro Slim Desert Romance eyeshadow palette. So this is the 8th one we've gotten in this collection, if I'm not mistaken. And this is what the color story looks like. We get a lot of warm tones. There is a bit of cool toneness in here at the bottom, but most of it is warm tones. We get some fun pops. This is definitely one of the more unique color stories again. But when I swatch these out, Some of the shades felt a lot better than others. So these two mattes, let me show you this one. I mean, that looks fine, but this plummy shade feels very dry and it doesn't swatch the best. So can I build it up? Like, and then this shade is so much better. So you can build up that dud shade, but it just seems to not be perfect. So that's why this, I'm very curious to see how it goes. This is going to pop up in I'm no longer doing 10 palette reviews, but 5 palette reviews. And then what I'm going to do a separate video on, I think in October, I've got it planned out, is with these 4 new palettes that they're doing. So this type of palette has been in Catrice's line for more than a decade. And I've done reviews on a lot of the renditions, but after a while, these were just some of the worst palettes Catrice was doing. They were very powdery, they dusted away into nothing, and they weren't very good. But now that they've redone these, I'm like, I think I might like them. And the color stories are also quite cool toned. Save for one. This is the Hot Mocha, which is the warm toned one. And in here, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes, 4 shimmers. It's the same layout in every single one of these as far as I can tell. And this one is just, it's soft, but these were okay. Like if I swatch that like brown shade, I was pretty impressed. Like that's pretty decent eyeshadow. So I want to do a separate video where I'm going to show off all of these. This is the pure nude, which is actually pretty cool toned leaning. It's not super warm toned. We get some taupey browns and some rosy things in here. We do get one gold, but it's like a very light gold, which I like. Then the Dusty Mattes, which is cool toned heaven, but it is all matte, sadly. It's a bit gray leaning. And then we have the Electric Rose. So like I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a separate video on these where I'm just going to do a look with each one and give you all of my thoughts. So that's going to come up in the future because I just have too much eyeshadow here to try. But now that they've revamped this, I was just very curious to see how these would go. And they feel pretty okay. So I'm quite happy with that. So let me zoom you in and then we're going to go in with the khaki look. Right, so the eye look is done using the new Catrice 5 in a Box palette, and as I had predicted, it's just not that cocky. It's The brown shade, like that looks the most green, definitely does pull a little bit cocky on my skin tone, but it's not like, wow, I'm wearing green eyeshadow. You know what I mean? Everything else is just incredibly warm toned, so I do think it's a pretty versatile palette, because now I just pop this in the crease, but I think you could also use this in the crease, and you could like do some other things here for sure. This is like for 5 eyeshadows, I think you can do like 3 or 4 different looks quite easily with it. So I definitely want to play around with this a little bit more before I make up my full mind. And then we need to chat about lips. There are a ton of new lip products out, which means I cannot show you everything in today's video, but 1 out of 3 lines I will be showing you completely in today's video. So I hope that way we can have a trade-off. And the other 2 lines I'm gonna do dedicated videos for. So the thing I'm gonna do a dedicated video for is the update for the Better Than Fake lip gloss, what's this called again? The Better Than Fake Lips Volume Gloss. It's a mouthful. And this has been my favorite gloss ever since they launched these earlier in the year. The shade Lifting Nude is front and center for a reason, because I wear it almost every single day. Favorite gloss of the year for sure. So I can't wait to do an update for you and show you all 9 shades in a dedicated video. I did do a blog post with the initial 5 shades, so if you already want to see those, then I'll make sure to link that in the description box down below. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a video that I will be doing sometime in the next couple of months. And then they have a full line of new lipsticks. These are the Shine Bomb lipsticks, and this is a very creamy formula, and it comes in this purple tube, which I find very aesthetically pleasing. There are 10 new shades, and I've been asking Catrice to like do something exciting again, and they came out with a lavender, so I can't wait to see what that looks like on me. 10 shades, 5 nudes, and 5 things that are a bit brighter, darker out there. So I can't wait to see what that does. So the thing I'm going to show you in this video today are all 6 shades of the Melting Kiss Gloss Stick. And now that I've swatched these, I can tell you that this is sort of like a lip gloss, lip balm, lipstick hybrid. I haven't tried it, but I think those like, what were they called? Charlotte Tilbury also has a product like this, where she has this like lip gloss, lipstick hybrid kind of product. These feel very sheer though as well, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to like these, but let me take off what I've got on right now and just pop each one of these on, and I'll come back to you and let you know how I feel. So that is what all 6 of the Melting Kiss gloss sticks look like on me. I quite like these. From just looking at the swatch, it looks like they're not going to do a whole lot. Like 4 out of 6 of these shades barely show up in a swatch, but then I put them on my lips, and they definitely did make a difference. And I like some of the shades a lot, actually. This is such a good shade for the fall time, and I love the way this ties the entire look together. So luckily the last shade I'm swatching for you is also going with the overall look I've got going on. I think it's got a good range for just 6 shades, and what I like about this is that it's got really nice, like a really nice texture to it. It feels like you're wearing lip balm. I don't think this is going to last, so I don't think this is going to really stain your lips or stay put very well. This is one of those products though that if you have it, you pop it in your bag throughout the day. You can almost put these on blindly because they're so easy to apply. Maybe this one and also that very vibrant one, you do need a mirror to reapply. But the other 4, you can just, take it out of your bag, reapply it, and you're good to go. And these feel very nourishing on the lips. They are very hydrating, very comfortable indeed. I think this is a really good new launch. Those are all of the products I wanted to update you on. This is what I bought from the new Catrice fall winter update for 2022. Like I mentioned, Essence products will be coming out in the next few weeks. I read somewhere that they're going to launch around the 29th of September. So it's going to take a few weeks before we can do that. But yeah, I'm going to do that when I can get my hands on those products. A couple of Essence and Catrice limited editions have been announced, so especially that new Disney collab when it launches, but that's usually not until like late October, early November that those launch, because they're right now coming out with these new products first, and then they get back to limited editions again. So I'm pretty sure that we're not going to see those in real life until a couple of weeks from now, but you can definitely be assured that I will be coming on here to not only update you on a lot of these products in the next couple of weeks and months. Reviews are going up on my blog. These things are going to go into Shop My Stashes. So there's a lot of content with these bits that are coming your way. And if there's anything new that sparks my interest, I always do a video as well. So for now, I hope you would like to thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more by me, because as you know, I've got a lot more content coming your way. For now, take care. I hope you really enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!